Good morning. This is Florida Plant Mama coming to you from Zone 10A, Central Florida. I got a few fruit trees from TYTY or TT or Tai Tai. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I got 4 fruit trees for a little over $100, and I am super thrilled about it. Now, are they the biggest trees of life? No. They are the smallest ones actually that they had available because I like the price. I don't mind getting small trees at a reasonable price because eventually they'll grow and I can wait for the fruit trees to grow. Is this a reputable company? It's got mixed reviews online. I have purchased trees from them in the past and it was fine. I did have a problem once, but they were able to intervene pretty quickly and make me happy as a customer. So I have nothing to say against them. This batch of trees arrived very, very nicely wrapped, and they're all alive. I've done the scratch test. They're all green. I'm not quite sure about the root systems on them, especially the persimmons. As you can see, they really don't have too many roots on them at all. But I'm gonna plant them and see how they do. I also got 2 Paw Paw trees, and this is the root system on them. You can see the roots are a lot darker than what I would like. So I don't know how well these will do, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant them and see. Of course, I forgot to press play while recording, so I didn't capture me putting in the Paw Paw trees. We've got one put in here. So that's one of the Paw Paws. And the other is there. They are tiny little sticks right now. You can barely see them, so I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on them. Like I said, I wasn't exactly thrilled about their root systems, so I'm hoping that they will grow decently in this area. I'll have to watch them closely, and if anything looks like it's going south, I'll be contacting the company. These fuyus I've decided to put on either side of this new pomelo tree that I put in very recently. Fuyugaki persimmon tree and a Hana fuyu persimmon tree. I'm excited about these. These are non-astringent fuyu persimmons. I like non-astringent persimmons, so since they were very, very reasonable price, I decided I didn't want to pass on them. So I got to get up this mulch over here. It's a very deep layer of mulch in this area. This, if you don't know, is the previous asparagus bed, which is not exactly coming back as expected anyway, so I decided to reclaim it for increased tree planting space. Now I don't have to do much digging for these trees because, like I said, they are tiny and they don't really have an extensive root system anyway, so it's not like I have to go deep in the ground or anything. So I'm just gonna put them in here, and I'm gonna put a layer of mushroom compost to fill in whatever space is lacking soil. First one is the Fuyugaki. I'm just putting in some compost around this little root here. There we go. I'm gonna try and train these trees flat if I find that they're crowding out this space a little bit. So when you line trees up like this, you can kind of train them across a wire or along a trellis system. I think maybe I'll do that, like I said, if they start growing wild in this space. But we got a persimmon here, a persimmon there, and in the middle, we have this new pomelo tree. Look how big the fruit has gotten already on this thing. And what are we doing? We're kind of sacrificing the asparagus bed a bit. Actually, I don't think I had any asparagus planted this far back in this space. I think it was all kind of in the middle. So hopefully we can have a ground cover of asparagus underneath these trees. I will keep you posted on how they do. Now I think I'm going to cut back this tree, which is one of the loquat trees that is done flowering and is humongous. I need to open up the space a little bit, and this tree is getting out of control, and if I leave it until the summer solstice, it's definitely going to get huge. And then it's going to give me even more trouble to cut back. So I'm going to do a little bit of early pruning and get it back under control. So there's how it's looking. I opened up this space quite a bit and really did a hard prune of that loquat tree. They can take a hard prune. Done it before and they have bounced back pretty well. Now you can see the moringa tree much better, and it will get a lot more sunlight. It's good because it doesn't need as much protection from weather in the summer as it does when it's cold outside. So that's going to be good for that moringa tree. This sweet almond bush is going to snap back like nobody's business. But again, I've allowed more sunlight to reach things like my Spanish lime there and the bananas and the rest of the plants in this area. I've created a little bit of a berm here around the perimeter of my garden using the droppings. Anything that I could not chop and drop and fit in this space, which you can see it's quite full of chop and drop, which will break down over time. I kind of just put here on the perimeter. It will also break down over time. And me, in my infinite wisdom, as you can see, this yard slopes at this point and goes down all the way. So my brilliant mind is guessing that piling up the debris along the perimeter will kind of help prevent erosion of this area. It will keep my slope kind of better in place, so I'm not losing any ground. That's my guess anyway. Like I said, hypothesis. If it doesn't help with erosion, it at least leaves a nice space for the wildlife that I do want to live and to forage. And it is essentially a chop and drop along the perimeter, which will break down and feed the edge of the garden as well. I hope you can appreciate the difference. I certainly can. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed and beautiful day.